Jimmy's Jam Box.
Keep jamming.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jam Box. We're here. We're back at it again, and we're going to get on into it. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. You know, I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. With that being said, here's a quick word from our sponsor.
Buddha's Berry, a delicate and earthy green tea. This blend of Roma, Krishna, and Vanatulsi is paired with organic blackberry leaf to create an inspiring tea that's a perfect morning ritual. The Brothers Apothecary. Fine teas and remedies.
All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, shout out The Brothers Apothecary. The holidays aren't over yet. Click the link below. Go fill those stockings. But now let's go ahead and get on into it. Here is today's guests.
Hi, I'm Aaron Brixton.
I'm Ethan Dupre.
I'm Cy Viles.
And I'm Isaac Scott, and we are
The Upkeeps.
Hello. Thank you all so
Greetings.
much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank
First
you.
of all, just a little fun insight for everybody. These guys were the official headliners of the very first Jimmy's Jam Box Presents.
Oh, we
Woo.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good show.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. It really set a lot of things in motion after.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. But now we've got you here. Let's go ahead and get to know y'all. And we're going to start individually. We'll start at this end. Go ahead and just tell us, give us a quick version of where you are and what you do kind of thing.
Oh, I'm Aaron. I play lead guitar in this band. I also do most of the driving for this band.
And he plays the triangle too.
And I'm
The electric triangle, right?
electric triangle.
Perfect.
Yeah, lauded electric triangle player. Right now I also do a lot of the booking for our out of state gigs. Is really where I do all that stuff. So yeah, I'm working on getting some shows going in the greater Seattle area
Oh, yeah.
in early 2024. So be on the looks out for that.
Yeah.
But
If you need
yeah.
some people, I did 2 weeks worth of interviews up there. I actually know a group of venues and places I can connect you with after.
sweet, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I'll definitely collect that from you. Thank you.
Yeah, no
You can
problem.
drive us up there.
And then I can drive them up there. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. And then what about you?
I'm Ethan, and I play the drums. I play drums. In this band. This tea's amazing, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
shout
you.
out to the Brothers Apothecary.
Yeah, thanks.
Brothers.
It's
Really
good. It's good stuff.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think
That's
there's
it.
something in my know.
There's nothing that special about me. I don't think. I just
I don't say that.
Don't sell yourself short, man.
You play the drums.
You play the drums.
Yeah.
You are a beautiful. Look at you.
Yeah. Look at the hair. Look at that luscious. Look at the luscious cold locks.
Also, I heard you're a fan of math.
He is a fan of
I
math.
do like math.
Big fan of math.
cool.
No, that's
I like
special.
I like space and math.
Math's okay.
Math.
Math.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have any opinions on that, unfortunately.
Really?
Also, I'm really self-conscious about it. I got this kind of gnarly blister that popped, and I don't want to
Oh,
be
no.
gross. I'm not bleed everywhere or something. But, it's
That
just,
is kind of.
It's not proper
Yeah,
podcast
it's-
etiquette to bleed
it's
all
fine.
over your hosts.
It's fine. We're far enough away from each other.
That's
Okay,
true. Yeah.
I'm the closest to you. I'm
True.
upset that you didn't tell me about this.
And why don't we find out how you are now?
Yeah.
well,
Yeah. You in the blast radius.
My name is Cy Viles, and I don't. How did I get here? I don't know.
But what do you play?
I play guitar and I sing.
Oh yeah.
Well, I try to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of
It's
you
a
that
good
haven't seen the live show yet, go back and check it out.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
does a good job.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And then what about you at the end there?
My name is Isaac, and I play bass, and I do some backup vocals. I'm starting to get a little bit more into lead vocal territory also. Got a couple of songs where I'm doing lead vocals.
Okay.
And I just really love playing and producing music a lot. That's where I take most of my joy in this project and just in my life in general. I really just like making music and hanging out with my friends.
Oh, yeah.
So this band is a great mix. This band is a great mix of that.
Oh yeah.
God willing.
All right, and then we're actually going to keep going with you on this. Just give us a quick rundown of what got you started into music initially.
Oh, into music initially, for me personally, my dad was always, when I was a kid, my dad was always trying to learn instruments. He had like a guitar and a bass, which sometimes that bass that he got when I was a kid is the bass that I play live. It's the Blue Ibanez. I've had that bass in my life since I was probably like 10, 15, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But he would always he would be trying to learn guitar and whatever, and he just couldn't get it, and he would drop it after a few months, and it would just be
sucked.
Well, you know, I won't say that.
Your words, not mine.
You're not that bad, Dad. You should pick it up again.
Yeah.
How old were you? So you're 10, 15,
Yeah, just about
5?
I would say just about 10, 12 when I actually started seriously picking up the guitar at
you
first.
Still wearing diapers?
I am still wearing diapers.
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
That depends.
I told you that. I also told you that in confidence. So we'll talk.
Trusted you.
You know me.
I told you that
I
incontinence.
think it's the.
I feel like this is going to be a very punny episode.
Oh, yeah, no. This is just how we talk to each other.
I mean, we're big fans of diuretics.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
Thank you, L. Ron Hubbard.
yeah, it's this great book.
You keep touching my feet.
I'm not touching your feet, dude.
Kids.
So you were
that's
saying.
that's pretty much it.
He's amazing,
I've
really.
joined a couple of bands after that in my late teen years, and eventually ended up finding myself with these fine gentlemen, and the rest
I'm
is
fine.
hopefully history, God willing.
Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
You
And what about
think
you,
I'm
Si?
fine?
Oh.
I need this answer. Do you think I'm fine?
Yeah, you're fine.
You're refined.
What about you?
You're
You think I'm fine? Refined?
Yeah.
I mean, you're fine.
I'm okay. All right. What was the question?
So what got you started with music initially?
I got distracted. Like, look at him. What got me started with music? The Beatles. Honestly, my dad was watching he liked to watch TV a lot. His dads do.
As dads do.
Yeah.
You know,
Very
running
dad thing.
around, and he just put the TV on, and the kid zones out. So I was zoning out on 4 dudes in weird haircuts, splashing around in a pool, being very friendly together. I didn't even hear the music yet. I didn't even, you know.
But
I was like,
It looked like fun.
I
Yeah.
was like, I want that. I want to hang out with those guys. So then
it's like a psychological imprint.
I went on Craigslist and
Found 4 dudes that wanted to splash around in a pool.
Yeah, exactly. Found us.
actually, it was Juvie where we met, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we found each other again on Craigslist, and then the first time we ever actually met up, we had a huge fist fight.
Yeah.
Well, we can't tempt fate. You know, we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, God willing.
I would see him at Walmart all the time, or wherever. And I was like, all right, let's just do this.
Yeah, let's work it out.
I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Just rip this Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
All right. And then what about you?
My mom dated this dude, and I was like a little kid, and he's good and bad, whatever. I don't talk about him, but he's had a drum set in his basement. And I remember like 8.5, just I don't know, it's just all about it. It's just all about it, just making beats all the time.
Mhm.
And so which actually I tell people this too is often it's like I always try to remind myself that I'm grateful for my mom because she put up with me
I'm grateful for your mom.
all the time playing. So
The show actually loves moms, so we're all.
Your mom gave me a couch.
that's true.
That's right.
That's true.
Forgot about the couch.
It's
Mom's
true.
couch.
Nice couch.
Great
Nah,
couch.
it's awful couch. That's why she gave it to you.
Like super broken.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to play. I actually didn't really want. I wasn't like trying to be in a band, but I remember like 19. I was like, I'm not in a band yet. And a friend of a friend introduced me to him, and it was like we just got along, and it was just fun rock and roll. It was really fast punk rock and roll. It was just a nice fit, man. We just got along, and it was,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was.
Well, hey, when it works, it works.
Yeah. So thanks, Mom.
And then what about you?
I'm not from Oregon, so I'm the outlier in this band. But severely outlied. But yeah, I grew up in the Bay Area in California, and
Where at?
San Jose.
Oh, okay, I'm from Sunnyvale myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I grew where I grew up like right around the corner from Homestead High School, like right on the corner of
okay.
What was it? Bernardo and Cascade is like where I grew up, like right in there. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Modesto, baby.
Yeah. I was born in Modesto, but yeah, I
That's where my
really
drawl
grew up
comes
in the Bay Area.
That's where my draw comes from.
The Modesto drawl. Yeah, no, they're drawing from something else over there. But
Nice.
yeah, I just there's just a really long and historic tradition of punk rock in the Bay Area. So I grew up listening to like a lot of Green Day and NoFX, Rancid, like Operation Ivy, all the legendary Bay Area punk bands, and just got really into the music when I was like 13. And I'd been around guitar playing my entire life. My dad was a studio musician, played guitar. He's a jazz guy. So I grew up learning a lot of stuff that was like kind of different than what we play.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting a lot of my music taste from my dad, and which just kind of happens. I was raised by a single father, so that was just gonna happen either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like it's funny. I was like really into punk rock and Green Day, and eventually I got into like more like street punk, like Sniper 66, Starving Wolves, those bands. Like the whole like Texas core scene was really cool. But then I've always been into like Steely Dan. Like Steely Dan is one of my favorite bands.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started playing guitar because like I wasn't cool when I was a kid.
Fair.
Yeah, and so like by the time I was like 12, 13, and I was starting to like snap online a little bit about like, oh, this is like a social dynamic, kind of thing. But mostly what it was girls. And I wanted to impress girls, and I ended up
brother.
And yeah, no, and it's like
God willing.
Yeah, but I ended up liking guitar a lot more than I liked any girl I was trying to impress. So I just ended up sticking with it. Guitar never broke my heart. So yeah, that's kind of how that. And then yeah, I just
Can't really fuck a guitar, can you?
Oh,
why do you think they call it an F hole, dude?
Bodies.
Oh boy.
I know you're just a drummer, but
Yeah.
mini holes is what that is.
Yeah, right.
You
Yeah.
can port any of them.
Yeah. It's called an F hole for a reason, dude. But that one snuck up on you over there.
I'm just trying to compose myself. That was
God willing.
He's
God willing.
nasal issues.
Yeah.
That's
Real,
what it is.
real
No,
sinus.
yeah,
He's helping.
That
It
Vancouver
is,
poly. Yeah, shout out to the Apothecary brothers. The tea's helping his sinuses,
Oh yeah.
and
tea
therefore
is
helping
great.
us all.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
And then for this next one, we'll start at this end. We'll go all the way back.
Yeah.
And this one, just a quick foundation question. This is a lot of fun. It's definitely a crowd favorite. What was the first album you ever bought with your own money?
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
I can't believe you just asked that question.
And you're last, so you get to sit on this one.
Oh, I can't change my answer though because I have to be honest.
That's true. Well, okay, I don't remember the first album I ever bought with my own money, but I remember the first album that my dad ever bought for me. That was like mine. He was just like, "This is your album now." Like I was, I was like, I think I was 8, and he bought me the Beach Boys' Greatest Hits Volume 1. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I remember.
Sense.
Yeah. So I just sat there and I was like, oh, this is what a hook is.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've just kind of been obsessed with.
Yes, they
hooks.
definitely know what a hook is.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. No, like so. I've been obsessed with writing hooks ever since I was like 9 because of the Beach Boys.
That tracks.
Yeah. So that was the first album that I ever received.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got for Christmas when I was 8.
Oh yeah.
We're closing out on the anniversary of that.
Because you're an easy kid to shop for Christmas. If that was
Oh yeah, no,
hell yeah.
Just get him a bunch of hooks.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking hooks. That's all I need.
He was big into fishing.
Yeah.
Love
I was gonna
Bass
say
Pro
line
Shop.
and sinker.
Yeah.
All right, and then what about you?
Yeah. Fucking hey. So I have a hard time remember. So I do not remember what I bought with my own money either. I really wish I could give an answer to that, but I can't. But I do know the records that were given to me from the guy my mama dated, which was the first CD was Neurosis, Enemy of the Sun.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know that. That's dope.
Yeah,
dude.
that's rad.
I was just talking about Bay Area punk rock. Way to bring up Neurosis. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Man, and then I think I was like 10, and my stepmom was like, "Oh, you're too young for this." But, like, he was a real hesher, so it was just yeah, it was anyway. But I remember I want to say the first vinyl that I had was Nirvana's Bleach.
Oh yeah.
That was it, and yeah.
Definitely quality starts right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nirvana was like a pretty informative
Influential.
thing for me. Yeah, when I was younger too, you know.
Oh yeah.
I know they get kind of made fun of, and they kind of deserve that a little.
I mean, the way they aged with
get
time
it.
can be a little more interpretive than most.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like every
but you know,
kid who was into alternative music went through a Nirvana phase at some point.
You have to at some point.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah.
Like 14, 15.
Yeah.
I had the same haircut I had now.
Then after a while, you're just like, never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey-o.
Yeah,
Well, his music taste was still in utero at that point.
yeah, it was.
All right,
Incest.
Sai, what
Yeah,
about you?
incest aside.
Yeah, I can't remember the first one I actually bought, but I do remember the one that. So my mom tells me this story, and you know when you're a kid, I don't. Remember.
she just makes this shit up.
She probably.
Probably.
At this point, I wouldn't know. You know.
Oh, your mom? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we all know. But yeah, I think it was like about 3 years old. But she said I couldn't sleep without the Beatles' White Album.
Mm.
So if I left it at my dad's house, I would throw a tantrum and I couldn't go to bed.
Interesting.
So she would have to, either he would drive over and drop it off, or
She'd have to like play it all live herself.
Yeah.
sing it.
Sing it from memory.
She didn't get all the little instruments.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Lord forbid she missed a note on the
Oh my
solo.
God.
Yeah,
And,
God willing.
Not
Mm-mm.
really, man.
I don't know about you guys, but I was a hellion back then.
Mhm.
She said one and done. You know, she had me, and she was like,
Yeah.
My dad had a vasectomy the second he saw me.
I don't need another one. This is.
Fair.
But yeah,
He gave himself a vasectomy
Yeah.
the second he saw you.
Oh,
He was at the hospital, so it
there's
was
plenty of.
Yeah, I mean,
Just went down the
when in
hall.
Rome.
Yeah,
when in
right.
Rome.
Yeah. It was-
Yeah. When in Rome.
All
Shuffle down
and
the
to round out
hall.
the question. What about you?
We're talking first albums.
Mhm.
Well, you asked first album ever bought with your own money. I have a very specific answer for that, but everybody else is seeming to also answer the first album that was given to them.
Yeah,
so I think I'll
yeah.
do maybe
You're gonna
a
do both.
Quick,
You're gonna do both.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
You're gonna do both because you are so sure about that other one.
Oh,
I need to
it-
know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny to me, so I hope it's like kind of funny to maybe one of you or somebody else. But essentially, the first record that was ever given to me for free was a gift, and it was a CD, and I found it. It was like in my stocking at Christmas one year or something, and I have a pretty like religious grandma.
Did you
and
shake
she
it?
was there.
Did you shake it?
Well, I didn't
What is
have
this?
to.
You know what it was?
I pretty much did. I think when
Did
I
it come in the case, or was it just a CD?
It was in the case.
stocking?
Yeah, it was like the
Because
actual.
that would be
Digitech.
really
It
funny,
was
you
the
know?
Digipack like
Oh, yeah.
case.
The whole shebang.
It was the whole shebang, but I pulled it out of the stocking and it was Highway to Hell.
Okay.
AC/DC,
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
too much to the chagrin of my very religious grandmother who was there with us. She was very disappointed, but I was so excited because I loved AC/DC. But the first record that I ever got with my own money was actually
The same record.
it was Injustice for All by Metallica.
Okay.
And I had a little bit of extra cash, so I also got Gimme Back My Bullets by Leonard Skinner.
Oh,
And that was
okay.
back when Walmart still had a somewhat decent selection of CDs.
Oh, I forgot about Walmart.
Yeah.
Having
Yeah.
CDs.
Yeah, I forget they have anything.
So that's
Right.
pretty much where I'm at. Those three records were like where I was at as a kid when I was starting to even consider owning CDs and whatnot. Those were the big three that were on my mind, apparently.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. I was also hoping it was NSYNC for whoever said that.
Yeah,
I was
right.
really
Yeah.
thinking he was going to be like 98 degrees, you guys. They were they were the
yeah.
truth.
unfortunately, I
Aaron
wasn't
Carter.
that cultured.
Oh, Aaron Carter. What was Aaron Carter's Candy song? That was a great one.
Didn't he do a cover of I Want Candy?
That was it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was a cover of like Bow Wow Wow.
Something like that.
What a beautiful.
What were you gonna
song.
Rest
I
in
was
peace.
wondering if we could ask you the question too. Like, what was
The first I've said it before in a few episodes, but the first album I ever bought with my own money was the Carter One by Lil Wayne. Yeah.
Interesting.
Good
Okay.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can still do the entire intro song from memory. Ask me
Nice.
after the episode and I'll show you if you really want me to.
I want to see that.
All right. And then to round out the foundation questions, and we'll start at that end, bring it back. What was the first live show you ever went to? That was like one you wanted to go to. So not like one you got brought
Like,
to.
not the first one that you went to, but one you wanted to.
Yeah, the first one that you like saw was happening, and either you had somebody like take you to it, or you went to it yourself. Just you got to it. Yeah, the one you were like, I need to see this, and saw it.
So mine was actually, I'm sure you're familiar with Creed. It's not Creed. I'm sure you're familiar with Creed.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
So
Might have heard a track or two.
Is it,
Rings a bell.
Is it with a C or a K?
It's with a Q actually.
Q.
Oh,
Creed with a Q.
EAD.
But so essentially, after their singer lost his like shit, went off on a whole deal, they like started this other band called Alter Bridge, and I was really into Alter Bridge when I was a kid. Like
somebody had to be.
Oh, exactly, right. And that was the first show I ever got to see. Was they came through to like the Roseland or something. They're actually like they're kind of middle. They're like a mid-tier popularity-wise, like metal bands now, which is like, it's been cool to sort of see them do their thing over the years. Now that social media is a little bit bigger and stuff, being able to keep track of them. But I was super into their first like 3 records. I'll still revisit it sometimes. That was my first one. Also, Blackstone Cherry was another band that played with them. It was that whole like, it was that second wave of like new grunge.
Yeah,
that was just
The
like kind of like really
era.
fell flat for a lot for like popularity wise. But for me, it was huge. You know?
Yeah, no, I liked butt rock a lot too when I was like that age.
Yeah.
I think it just like riffs when you're a kid.
My mom's friend took me to it was Jerry Only from the Misfits, Marky Ramone, and I can't remember the Black Flag's bass player. Not the woman, the male one that came.
Henry
later.
Rollins?
No, the bass player.
Bass player.
Right.
You know, the least cared about member.
Yeah, him.
So
Klaus Fluoride.
Anyways, it was all 3 of them, and I loved all 3 of those bands. So that was great.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it was probably not. It was.
I mean, did you have a good time?
I was excited.
Yeah, if you had a good time, that's all that matters.
It was a great time.
Yeah. Good.
What about you?
Yeah. Slayer.
Hell yeah.
14 years old.
Oh,
it was a
So
gift.
Slayer when you were
actually.
14?
Yeah. Yeah. They got
sick.
a mohawk, and I wanted to go. I liked Slayer. It was, it was just around the house. We saw Slayer, and Megadeth. So it was Testament, Megadeth, and then Slayer.
I remember that tour. I remember that tour.
Yeah, and
Sick
they
lineup.
played and it was up here too in Hillsborough, and they played the whole album, Seasons in the Abyss.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, man. And,
Hell yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that was. I don't really listen to Slayer that much anymore. I don't,
I mean, we're talking about firsties.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good. My first show was Ozfest in 2004, so I get
Cool.
it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You remember all those crazy Ozfest ads that he would do?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Super
That was a
super
different
unhinged.
time altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different time for sure.
But I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's all good.
Hurry up.
It's fun. It's funny. Isaac was talking about one of the first albums he bought with his money was "Give Me Back My Bullets." I saw the first band I ever saw was like a Leonard Skinner tour, and I went and saw Leonard Skinner. But the opener was this blues band that my dad and I were really into because I was a weird fucking kid, and I really liked Texas blues for a long time. Because Stevie Ray Vaughan's been one of my favorite guitar players for like forever. And so there was this band from Texas called the Los Lonely Boys, and they've been around for a while. They actually just headlined but last year they headlined the Portland Blues Festival, the Waterfront Blues Festival.
Oh, cool.
They were the headliner for Friday night, and I happened to be outside. I was like walking through downtown, and I happened to be outside, and I heard them playing, and I was like, it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, no, but so the first concert I ever went to that I wanted to go to, I really want to see like a really cool classic rock band. And so my dad and I were like looking at concerts in the area, and we saw like Leonard Skinner was going to be there in the next month, and I was like, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
I like Sweet Home Alabama. I like Freebird. Let's go see that. And
Yeah.
they were good.
That was a good time for them for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, they were good. And then about a few months after that, my dad surprised me and he took me to see Green Day, which was my favorite band in the world at the time.
Yeah.
And I would think I was like 15
Oh, yeah.
or something in 2009. And so I saw AFI open for Green Day. So
Yeah.
one of the best shows I've ever been to.
I feel like that probably would have been a really good era for AFI too.
Yeah.
right?
It was the Crash Love era. So it was like right after.
shirt.
What was that?
I had an AFI shirt.
I still do. Poser.
I didn't know.
But it was the Crash Love tour. So it was like when like Medicate was a really big single at the time, and they played that. But then they played most of December Underground that night,
Oh yeah.
and they closed with Miss Murder, which was really fun. And then I saw them.
last.
I saw them years later at the Roseland, like right after I moved to Portland. me and my girlfriend went to see them, and they only played like deep cuts, which was really cool.
Oh yeah.
But like they only played deep cuts from the albums that I wasn't into, because I was only into like all the emo and hardcore stuff, like the Bay Area punk stuff, and then like all their newer stuff when they kind of get new wavy. I was like, this is cool, but it's not for me. I was like, I'm glad they're doing their own. And so like they only played like all that, and I was like, oh. I was like, I was hoping for like at least one emo song.
You know what the best show I've ever seen is though?
Which one?
Devo.
Yes,
Hands down.
Oh damn, I bet.
Devo is
the best
amazing.
live band I've ever seen.
I could believe that for sure.
DNA.
They just did their last tour too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not their official last tour.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's one of those. It's the last tour.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
love
know.
that.
Well, again, like Slayer.
It's a perfect money grab.
It works. You either do that or a residency in Vegas. So
Sure.
Yeah.
you gotta do one of them.
Hey man, it worked for one person. Look what happened.
Molly
You
Creek did
either
both.
die on a final tour, or
Yeah.
you'll live long enough to see yourself have a residency at the fucking Sphere.
Yeah.
Die on the pot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
All right,
God willing.
now
God willing.
let's go ahead and we're gonna dive into y'all as the band,
Oh.
and we're gonna get the super easy one out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
How'd y'all pick the name?
I made it. I did the name.
That was Ethan.
You were just ready.
This is amazing.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm already
Brothers
out.
Apothecary.
Apothecary.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Out.
Oh shit. Well,
That's all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm trying to make it last.
We know where to get
I'm
some. We know where to get
savoring
some.
I've been stealing his.
Oh.
He won't let me drink his.
Rude.
Yeah,
So the way
parched.
the way we got the name was like actually it's at the time it was a
tell my
fiasco.
I was gonna say. I
He's
think
gonna
this guy's got the story. Yeah, I want to hear it from him.
I remember the whole story.
I really don't care. Go.
I have
for it.
that
I don't
story
care.
too.
Yeah, we all have that story. We were all there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Wait, he wasn't.
But no, Ethan did come up with the name.
Wait, I think you were the.
But like the build up to Ethan coming up with the name, it was
Aaron wasn't there. Aaron was on the phone.
actually, yeah, I was on the phone, but like I was camping. I remember you guys called me when I was camping, and I was on speakerphone.
Good reception.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
What you got? Cricket?
What, you got a burner?
I was gonna say that boost.
I still have a
Boost
I still
Mobile.
have a pigeon.
I got a carrier pigeon. I was gonna send smoke signals because I was camping, but
That's true. Yeah.
All right, but you were on the phone.
so yeah, I was on the phone. But the build up to this whole where Ethan came up with this band name was we used to be a band that was founded by Cyrus in like 2015 called the Sadists.
The saddest.
Yeah. And
Pronounced saddest.
and that band ran for a really long time, and then their old guitar player left the band, and I had just moved to Portland, and Cyrus and I had mutual friends, and they just kind of introduced us. We're like, hey, this guy who moved to Portland plays guitar. You need a guitar player. And I was like, I also need friends because I just moved here. So we ended up just becoming really good friends. Just we like all the same music and stuff, and most of the same movies, and like live in the same city, and
Oh, yeah.
pretty easy for dudes to become friends. So we did that. But anyways, so we were going to release this album as the Sadists. We had like a bunch of stuff recorded. And then this producer manager we were working with at the time was like, hey, I got bad news. There's another band on the East Coast called the Sadists. And
Well, like we
6 albums. Too.
yeah. And so, and he's like, and it's,
have 9 to 5s or something.
yeah. And they had like 6 albums out. And he was like, if you Google the name, there's a band that comes up first. Yeah. And he's like, so we can run with the name if you want, but like,
Yeah, you're always
You're
going to be dealing with
you're
that.
always going to be dealing with that. So I would recommend you come up with something new. And
God,
because
it took us forever.
well,
it took us a month to come up with a new band
A
name.
lot of bad names.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh.
You have to go
A
through like
lot of bad names.
One of
so
them
you have
was
to have
like-
10 bad ideas before you have a good idea.
well,
Yeah.
we
Band
should-
names, I think it doubles.
Can we
Yeah.
can we put ourselves on blast and name a couple?
I don't even
I want to name
remember
one.
I remember
We
a
had
couple of them.
We had the Star Strikers.
Oh, Star Strike. That was
Star
like
Strike,
one.
that's what it was.
Okay.
That was the one I came up with because I thought the logo looked cool. I made a logo for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it'll be so cheesy. You got to go with me. I'm so glad that you guys were just like, shut the fuck up, Aaron. That's so
We
stupid.
were like, dude, no.
Yeah, you're like they're like this is the dumbest
We
thing.
were gonna go with the Beatles, but like spelled right.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, one day we were all hanging out and drinking a couple of beers, and we had Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, that album, The Cure. We had that playing in the background, and
Great album.
great album. And like I can't remember who came up with it, but we were listening to The Cure, and we were like, oh shit, what if we call ourselves The Remedies? And
Which was
Yeah.
one of the better ideas we
Yeah.
actually had.
Isn't
but I
that
think it was
already a
taken.
band? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
already a band for sure.
That's
Yeah.
another thing. There's like always take.
yeah, we would like go
Yeah.
on Spotify and Bandcamp and look and just be that. And so like I can't remember like what led up to it, but all of a sudden like Ethan and Cyrus.
We were very high is what happened.
Oh yeah, that's usually what happens.
The three of us were sitting on Cyrus's front porch, and we probably had a pretty good buzz on. I'd like to think we were smoking a joint.
It was raining.
Yeah, because this is Portland. It was raining.
Calm ourselves.
Yeah.
We did. We all got really tense because we kept on having ideas that one of us would really like, and then the rest of us would shut down. And then we ended up getting to a point where we were almost at each other's throats. And we were like, okay, let's smoke a joint, calm down.
Yeah.
Let's hang out on the front porch. And then I remember it was out of a movie. It was amazing because we were sitting there, and it was this moment of silence that was just cutting through the air. You could eat it with a spoon.
Yep.
And then suddenly Ethan says,
Cold nip.
So what if we were the Upkeeps? You know, because he honestly, neither of us responded at first. I remember you just going on to explain it, being like, well, because like
Here's my theory.
life is upkeep, sort of. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Were you
No, I didn't really think. I came up with that like after the fact. It was like, oh, I thought it fit because it was like, well, what part of life
you were just
doesn't
selling
have
it.
constant upkeep? Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
No, fair enough.
That's
Why
cool
not?
to know.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
about it, you know.
And so they called
thought
me
it was a name.
like almost immediately after they like
Liked it.
set all three of them liked it. And they called me and they're like, "Hey, like, what do you think of the Upkeeps?" And I was like, "Just the way the syllables fall together it reminds me of Blondie, so I'm sold." Like
I
that.
think we did that test too. I think we were like,
Yeah.
Blondie, the Strokes,
Yep.
the Hives,
Yeah.
the Upkeeps.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gotta be- it's gotta be
basically,
short
yeah.
and sweet.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, I like the way.
Strike.
Yeah, yeah. That's a lot of plosive syllables.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Very German World War II.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, don't strike the
It's
sun.
not
You'll
strike
get really
us.
hurt.
No.
Do that.
Star Striker.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for sharing that.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive into your writing process. But we're going to kind of go in parts.
Yeah.
We're going to start right at the beginning, though. How do you guys get a track started? What are the first things you do to get a new song going?
Weed.
Yes,
drugs,
lots. You.
Well, okay,
Mhm.
mostly I
Are we
want to.
being serious here?
No, they don't mean that. My client.
Yeah.
My client is
Your-
under
Your
duress.
Honor.
You guys have to start saying allegedly.
Yeah, Your
Like,
Honor.
quotation
In
marks.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
In
I
Minecraft.
think YouTube gets mad if you don't.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
You get demonetized. Who wouldn't want that?
No.
That's
In this economy,
in this economy.
God
Oh,
willing.
God willing. Yeah.
God willing.
But
man.
a good amount of weed, I would say.
Mhm.
Maybe a few beers, a little bit of wine. Just
Sometimes we're sober.
sometimes we're totally sober. Also,
Yeah.
essentially any way that we can get into a state where we're. I like to think we're conduits,
Mhm.
and I know that a lot of people like to think of it that way also, where you just kind of like open yourself up to like any idea that your brain might
He hears
have.
voices and
then-
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. No, the ghosts at night will not leave me alone. But sometimes they give me really good ideas. You know?
Well, hey, you
Our
know,
best songs when the ghosts visit him at night.
That's the
Exactly.
trade-off.
Exactly.
He doesn't.
it's
know
definitely
where
not
the ghost
you
is.
guys visiting him at night.
Yeah, I know.
No, not anymore. It
Not
used to be
anymore.
them, but different. But now it's just scary.
Ah.
It used to be loving.
Now you guys just bust in and go, ah!
Yeah, exactly.
Write a song. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't always write in the same room though.
Yeah.
Sometimes someone's just one of you will come up with something, and you come up with
Oh,
something.
he's like the riff master.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He'll go, hey, I got a riff. And it's like, it'll be like just a little something, nothing fully formed.
Yep.
And then we're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then
d-
just scream in the background.
There's there's really like three different ways that we write. The first two steps are usually different depending on who's like writing their because I do I'll write like a lot of riffs and then I'll like sit on them for like a few months
Hmm.
and I'll just kind of pick the ones that I'm like, this is the one I can't stop playing on my own. I think this has got legs. So then I'll record like just that. Or if I have like more to it, I'll record like a full skeleton, like a demo.
Hmm.
I'm like, hey, this is what I think that we should use. And I'll send it to like Cy and I'll be like, you have to write lyrics to this. Tell me if you think it sucks. And, and then he'll be like, no, it's great. So then like bring it to the rest of the band and we all like listen to it and then work from there. That's like one way we do it. Another way is that oftentimes Cy will just be like, hey, I got an acoustic track and vocals and here, like, let's turn it into something.
And do you usually bring like a full track, like whenever you come in with that, or do you have like partial ideas as well?
It's usually partial ideas only because I don't want to do everybody's parts.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Or more, I
also
mean,
they're
like,
not as good.
does it like full track as in like, do you have the whole song written from beginning to end as an acoustic version?
Sometimes, very rarely though. I think it's usually ideas or like verse chorus.
Okay.
Verse chorus. I'm shit at bridges and middle eights only because I don't think about it.
Fair.
I'm like, I'm just doing this, and also like I want everybody to be here.
Yeah.
So if I write another part, then it takes away from everybody else's.
I love that.
And if I may, also, there have been times when any of the three of us who contribute like pretty much the basic song or like chord structure ideas, even if we do think we have a full song, 9 times, I would say honestly 10 times out of 10,
almost
somebody
always.
else has an idea that takes it to the next level.
Yeah.
And it's never a full song, even if we think it is.
Yeah.
Because there's always that collaborative aspect where it's 4 people coming together, creating something that's honestly, in the end, greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do.
As one would hope.
Of course.
As one
Yeah.
would hope.
God willing, you know.
Yeah. You shouldn't just show up and be like, all right, everybody, here's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried to do that. It doesn't work.
Well, and when they go back and forth and they put their parts together, they'll have synthetic drums off. And this isn't actually what we started off. We didn't start off this way. It was just kind of a groove we fell into over the last couple years.
Yeah.
But they'll just kind of have real simple, just kind of drums, just to kind of get that job done. And then I come in actually kind of last, which I suspect that's not typical.
I mean, yes and no.
Maybe
I've
it is.
asked a handful of
Maybe a lot
bands
of
this
people do
question,
that,
and that tends to be kind of this approach. Like, somebody will show up with like an acoustic version or like partial bits, and then the drums tend to, I feel, kind of fill in once everybody has like the lay of the land of the song.
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
But coincidentally, there was actually one band who they mentioned that once they started a song where it was just drums, the whole song, bell to buzzer, the drummer actually went in, did the entire song in the way that they imagined the structure of the song. Because, the drummers are sitting there imagining the realm of space in the song.
Sure.
And so he came in with a full drum track. It was like, verse, chorus, bridge, all the bits. And then they actually like sat down and tried to write something over it, went to him and was like, hey, would you mind changing this one spot? If you can do that, we can roll into this idea. And it actually ended up being really constructive.
That's cool.
Really interesting.
Yeah,
We
it's-
should
it's-
try that out.
I wouldn't mind trying that
Absolutely.
sometime. That sounds dope.
It's not something I've really heard of before either. I'm more familiar with it the other way around, like
Right.
where how y'all do it. So just something
No,
to
I like
share.
that. Guys, can I do that, please?
Can I write a song?
We'll talk about it on the way home if you're
Yeah.
good.
Only if
Yeah,
we
right?
did.
Yeah.
No talking in the van on the way.
Yeah.
God willing.
Yeah, either that or no McDonald's.
Damn.
Oh,
You have to choose
one of the
between
Happy
McDonald's or writing a song.
Oh, brutal.
We can't afford both.
Yeah.
Can't
Can't afford new music
Can't afford
and
a
McDonald's.
drummer to write a song and a McDonald's.
A single McDonald's.
A single McDonald's.
Just one McDonald's, please.
Hey, one McDonald's.
All right.
Drummer.
All right. And then once you guys have a song finished, so you say
Yeah.
you got to the end, you've written it, everything is written, it's time to practice it and get dialed.
Yeah.
How long does it take you from that point to get it to where it's ready to perform?
Sometimes it's not. We just perform it to see what happens.
Okay.
There's been songs that we got this one. Where are we now? Where do we go?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like we had written that and it felt done, and we were pretty confident. It wasn't like, "Ooh, we're gonna see how it goes," but we
Yeah.
were though at the same time. We hadn't played it, so we did. And then like as we kept doing that, we would find more and more. I would find like little things. I'd be like, "Oh, I want to just do this one. I just want to kind of slip in like a certain feel or a certain kind of little thing that I'm doing just in one little place." This has also been the case with other songs of ours, like Rat Race.
Mhm.
And they just kind of grow as we perform them.
Mhm.
They have to be ready to be performed,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We'll
do want
practice. We'll practice songs for at least a month. Like we'll meet up like once a week, and we'll spend like a good 4 or 5 hours
Mhm.
working on just like 1 or 2 songs.
Sure, yeah.
And we'll do that every week for like a month, and then like we'll go home and play our parts on our own and everything.
Yeah.
Go back in the next week. Hey, I rewrote this. Tell me what you think. I can still do the old thing if you don't like it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. So like I was saying, like the first 2 steps are either one of the 3 string players bringing most of something or half of something to the table and being like, let's see where this goes. And then after that, we all just like kind of sit down in the studio. It's like, okay, well let's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
let's
finalized
figure this thing out,
it's a
and
finalized
then.
thing to do.
But honestly,
but still, when we play it live, it's not, even if it's finalized, it's like there's always something.
Yeah, it's always going to
Oh yeah, no, I prefer
more the point of this question is just kind of find out the window of time it takes for you to get comfortable performing it. No song is ever truly done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even after you record it, it can change after that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I think on that sentiment too, I can't remember who said it, but I think it was the guy from Supergrass.
Winston Churchill?
No, it was
Einstein.
Froderick.
Said his name.
Froderick Einstein.
I go through it.
No, I think it was Froderick Einstein who said this. That
Great man.
yeah, brilliant.
He's all right.
Brilliant man. Well, can I get to the
Flammable.
Can I get to the quote though? You know.
No, actually.
no.
Moving on.
Okay,
Denied. Moving on.
No. He was saying it's you pay for an album, right, and then you pay to go see a live show. Why do you want to? Why pay for a live show if it's going to be exactly the same as the album?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're going to see a show, it should be a little bit different.
Yeah, sure.
And I thought that was cool. I think we do that.
I've always felt that I prefer to play songs live a few times before we record them because
But yeah, you got to get comfortable with it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, not only do you gotta get comfortable,
you shouldn't show
but,
up
like-
right after you write something. That'd be a waste of studio space.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
like, wait, hold on, guys. What if we played it this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I there's just an aspect of like workshopping that you get with a live audience that you can't get even practicing. Like there's an energy that you need to understand like with each individual song and like
Oh, it's great feedback.
oh yeah, and I feel like that's why some of the bigger bands out there that are like a little bit more produced as their careers go on tend to fall a little flat because that writing like workshopping with your band, workshopping with a crowd, and then recording thing has kind of gone away.
Well, we'll have to ask them when they're on their
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
We're not going to talk about other bands now. Let's get back to y'all. For this next question, this one's just kind of a personal choice, so y'all can answer it however you feel. We'll start at this end. What is like your favorite song to play? Like, what's the one where it's got that moment that you just always give it a little bit extra?
So, for me, I would say it's got to be "I Want You Around," and it's really it's fun. Actually, we recently won an award for this song. Yeah,
Congratulations!
Thank you. The Golden Microphone.
Hell yeah!
I actually brought it along with me.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, yeah. We won it for that song and also for spending $10 at Goodwill.
Nice.
It's kind of a dual award.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Makes sense.
yeah, there we go. I Want You Around, definitely.
Thanks, Goodwill.
The coalition of creative constitutions of totally truthful troubadours.
Oh, the CCCTTT. Yeah, no, big fan. Yeah, no, great organization.
Thank you, fans. Thank you, award.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
for this
I'd like to thank the committee.
award.
It doesn't work. It's a trophy.
Piece of gold.
It's
a piece of 24 karat gold.
That is seriously real gold, and I got it at Goodwill.
No, but yeah, I agree with that. I Want You Around. We won an award for that. Yeah. I think mine is a new one, and it's coming out, and it hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
But we've played it live a couple times, and it's called Down and Out.
Mm.
And this guy sings with me
Oh hell yeah!
very beautifully.
Hell yeah! Well, that's exciting.
Yes.
Very fun. Very fun. That's one that we're kind of still in that space that we were just talking about of doing the crowd work, doing the work between the four of us whenever we play it live, figuring out what works and whatnot. So it's a fun space to be in with a song. So I would have to, as much as I can, second that. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. All right, then what about you?
And we'll win an award for that one too.
We have a song with a cowbell in it. That's my favorite one.
And which one is that one?
It's called "Where Are We Now? Where Do We Go?"
Ooh.
Or WAWNWD
Wound.
WG.
WG Wound.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah.
But it's great song.
There's
Great song.
a cowbell in it, but like I do instead of like quarter notes, they're like
16ths, right?
no, 16ths. Yeah, they're 16ths.
Yeah.
I guess.
We actually won an award for that. It's a golden cowbell.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We didn't bring that.
they didn't-
No,
That one's on the wall.
That one stays in glass.
That one's in the wall in the
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah, you gotta wear these gloves.
Christopher Walken gets that one.
Yeah.
He actually owns it now.
That's right.
He holds on to it for
Yes.
sure. He's got it in his collection of
He
cowbells.
actually won't let us see it. We've only seen photos.
Yeah.
It's real though, for sure.
We promise.
Well, I mean,
Definitely.
I would like
Totally
to hope so.
real.
You know, I'd try to take his word.
Yeah, it's
I
totally
mean, Christopher Walken's
real.
very reliable.
I hope so.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I've only met him once through
Chris, if you
Skype.
ever want to be on the show,
Yeah.
do it.
I can call him up.
We
There we
trust you.
Yeah.
Trust you, Chris Walken.
God willing.
Hell yeah.
God willing.
All right, and then what about you?
Oh man, like I hate to be the it's hard to pick just one, but I don't know
Not that hard.
I mean
Everybody else did it.
yeah, everyone else did it. I mean
Everyone's
like
I have exactly the song that I want to
Yeah.
play. No, I'm just kidding.
there's a few that like it kind of changes for me. Like my style of guitar playing, I try to make everything as fun for me as possible, no matter what song I'm playing. I do have a lot of fun playing I Want You Around. I really like that one. I really like playing Girl I Used to Know.
Mhm.
The Down and Out song that Cyrus just mentioned that we just recorded, that'll be coming out soon. That's a really fun one. I really enjoyed that. That was a fun fact. I wrote the main riff for that song, the chorus riff, right before I saw Billy Idol perform.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a fun little tidbit.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That was a good show. Yeah,
Mhm.
Cyrus was there.
I was gonna say Billy usually puts on a good
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he almost took his shirt off. It was-
He did. Yeah.
But he didn't?
You know, he's staying.
He took his shirt off and then he replaced it with another shirt that had him on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
and
case you forgot what he looked like.
but
He threw it in the crowd.
yeah, then he threw it into the crowd. Yeah.
Oh, so
but
Just my teeth.
what was really
the sweat
cool
on it.
was my girlfriend was also there, and he was eating pizza backstage apparently, and he had like a big stack of paper plates, and he signed like 50 of them and was just throwing them into the crowd,
He was
and my
signing paper plates and threw them in the crowd.
yeah, and like threw them into the
I guess
crowd.
they'll travel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they were like frisbees.
yeah.
They just like went
My
right out there.
favorite thing is that his signature is worth more than a paper plate. Is that what this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but
he
like,
wrote
yeah,
it in pizza grease.
he did. Yeah.
Just
Oh.
frizz bring him out.
Yeah.
So by the time you caught it,
But that was my takeaway. I wrote that riff. I saw Billy Idol, and then my girlfriend, when I wasn't paying attention, plucked one of the frisbees
Nice.
right out of the air. So I got Billy Idol's plate
caught
on
it
my
right in
wall.
his mouth.
Yeah.
See, now I think that more bands should do signed frisbees.
Yeah. No.
Ooh,
like
that's
more
actually
more
a thing.
bands should do frisbees.
Y'all should
Yeah.
consider that.
Not paper plates.
Yeah, no,
Not paper
actual
plates,
frisbees.
actual
They'll travel-
frisbees,
Yeah, then
yeah.
you can get up to the balcony. You can get down to the
Now
people.
Yeah.
I
Right.
do-
Doubles as a rolling
I
tray.
want to do like paper towels.
Well, no.
Oh, that would,
Okay, well-
yeah. Just,
Okay. Hear me out.
Roll them out.
We could do paper towels, but only if we launch them out of a t-shirt cannon.
See, on the t-shirt
It
cannon
might
thing,
light on fire.
Yeah.
listen to me. On the t-shirt cannon thing, we can't forget how important hydration is. That's more important than selling merch. So what you got to do is put a water bottle into a t-shirt can and shoot it right into the
Yeah, I was
front
gonna say,
row.
Oh yeah,
Don't
straight
get that
line.
over
You know what? You know what? Better yet,
Direct.
just cut to the chase. Let's just get a bottle of Old Crow. We're just gonna pack it in there real tight. Drinks on the house.
I mean, Svedka used to
Drinks
come,
literally
Svedka used to
on the
come in a
house.
plastic bottle. So
Yeah,
that would
right?
work, Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Oh wow, it comes in glass bottles now. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Wow, look at them moving up in the world.
Oh, right.
Drinks are on me.
Literally and physically.
Yeah.
All right.
Lick it up!
Now we've got one last question to go in kind of the artist focus portion. And this is definitely the densest question in the interview. So we're going to start at this end, work our way this way.
That's perfect.
We've talked a lot about the things that happen because of music, the interactions that we have with, the people and the places and the styles and such. But when it's just you and the music one-on-one, what does the music give back to you?
Very dense question.
Oh yeah, no,
That's why we're going order of density.
Yeah, no, I'm a pretty dense guy. It makes sense. I have to get through the volumetrics of this. Like honestly, it is as simple and as complicated as a cure for boredom. And like that might sound like really glib, but at the end of the day, like I've got like all kinds of anxieties and stuff, and it's the one thing that kind of keeps it like baseline. It's something that like it's kind of a self-care thing, I guess.
Keeps your hands busy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps your mind busy. You have to use left brain, right brain, both your hands. Like it's a lot going on. And then you're thinking about what you're going to do next. It's just one of those things. Yeah, no, it keeps me busy. It keeps me active. It's like I get a lot out of it. I get to travel, and like not only do I get to travel?
Well, otherwise, you're the driver, so you do.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so like I get to play music like when I get to the place that I'm going to. So I already love like traveling and touring and stuff is already something I do and love doing. But like, not only that, when I get there, I actually have like something I get to go do for other people and like enjoy.
Oh yeah,
and will keep me from and it just good show, bad show, doesn't matter. If I get to play that night, it makes my night better. I've never walked away from a show feeling worse than I did going into it, even if there's been a couple where I like, no, there's okay, everyone, not every show is great, but there's a couple I've walked away from where I've been like, I shouldn't have fucked that up and been mad. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, okay, but everything else was great. And then you're just kind of like, all right, whatever. I'm going to go have a beer.
Yeah. Also, people don't go to shows for perfection. Like,
and
that's a big
like
part of it.
What?
Nobody's sitting there going,
I sure hope not.
Well, I learned
getting points marked off for that one.
I learned. So it's like,
holding up the yellow.
Yeah, the cards. yeah.
He's out.
9.7. Yeah. No, but like what?
It's more entertaining.
One of the things that like I learned was that, and I don't know how accurate this statistic is anymore. I knew it was accurate when I learned it, but like 8% of the population are musicians. So like,
many.
Yeah, right. But like and I don't mean like, oh, I can play guitar. I mean like 8% of the population are people who have like actual proficiency in instruments. Yeah, like
in musicianship.
Can bust it out and get it done at any time kind of thing. It's like, oh, not I learned Freebird at a party once. Like, that kind of thing. So like, of any given room I'm in, only 8% of the people in there are ever going to judge me if I make a mistake. And of that 8%, how many of those people in there actually play guitar?
They're all upstate on stage with you.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. So I was like, so the only people who are going to be paying attention to that, like I'm most of them.
Point.
Yeah. So like, that's kind of where I learned how to let go of a lot of the stage fright that.
Well, thank you for that. That was awesome.
It's one of those, it's like, don't try to impress people. Just try to have fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. What about you?
That was a good answer.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate that.
Did he take yours?
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'll give it back.
My cards. I think I got your cue cards.
No, I don't know. I think one time, because my father's an artist too. I remember being really young, and he told me that there's good addictions and there's bad addictions. We're addictive creatures. We addict to things. We addict to all kinds of things, even minor things. Like addiction sounds like a really heavy word, I guess. But my point is that even small, subtle things can be forms of addictions. So I mean, I've been playing for a long time, so I just really like hitting it where the ball lies at all times.
Yep.
And there's just something about getting that crispness, and it wasn't like that when I was 8 years old. But then I'd get the hang of certain kinds of things that would just feel really good. And it just feels it's really masturbatory. I mean, it really is. Honestly, it is.
Little navel gazing.
It's a kind of addiction, and then you start to get good at it, and then people will tell you you're good. They feel they like you. They like what you're doing. And you think that's really good. That feels good. So you integrate that in your personality. And then, I was younger, and I remember feeling like I wanted to be like some real important, like I'm gonna fucking like show them kind of shit. Yeah, I went through all that too, saw how small it all is, but like, I'm still left with this addiction. So I guess I just do it. I don't hate it, but it's a good thing. I think music's a good thing. I just don't want to pump it up. I think it's just like I've moved my body in certain ways.
Yeah.
It feels good. And I get to play music with like my best friends.
Oh yeah.
So it feels really good.
That's what it comes down to.
And life doesn't always feel like so fucking good. So
yeah.
That's what music gives back to me. I'm grateful for it.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've been doing it for so long. It's like, I can't stop.
What the fuck else am I gonna do?
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? But no, like, there's a part of that. Mostly, I think it's as cheesy as it sounds, but I think it being cheesy and it being said all the time, there's some truth behind it. But just not feeling alone. I think the second you write down some lyrics, that something that you're going through, or I've written songs about other people before, and disclosure, I'm not gonna put any names out there, but I
will.
Think, I'll name the song after them, but no. No, but I think it's it's like how stories start even. You know, like from the old ages, you tell a story and it trickles down and somebody else hears it and they tell the story. So a part of that, I think, is also like, we're all going to die. That little piece of me is going to be here no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Like all of us right now are gonna die.
God willing.
Actually,
God
Like,
willing.
Soon.
Uh-oh.
We got about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think
Coming down the
there's-
pipe.
There's a little bit of ego in that. Sure, but I think me right now, like you were talking about, I think it changes over time.
It's not just ego, right? It's like self-preserve. It's like instinct. It's like
Yeah, but there's a little bit of ego in there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying ego's bad necessarily.
Sure, yeah.
but,
Yeah.
I mean, there's over the top ego, sure, but
Fair enough.
I think we found each other, and I wouldn't want to be in another band. Like I wouldn't want to change this aspect.
Oh, yeah.
We all get along great. And we're all brothers.
God willing.
God
And,
willing.
we're all very close. So
Oh yeah.
A little too close sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
No.
just medium close, like kind of sweet spot though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But yeah, no. Yeah, it's just like a need. There's a need, like you were saying.
Oh yeah.
It becomes an addiction.
Yeah.
I would say what I get back from music is I would second everything that all of them said, honestly. Because I relate to all of that
Yeah.
very, very dearly. But I would say the two things for me, because to think about what I get from music, I have to look back to like my early experiences with music. And a lot of my early experiences, I would say, hold on, I'm getting disorganized. I would say probably what I get from music is divided into two parts. Half of it is exhibitionist, and half of it is exploratory. Half of it, I think, comes
That's
from
a fun Venn diagram, man.
right. Yeah,
This is
we'll draw it up in a second.
Yeah.
But a part of why I love playing music so much is because when I started playing guitar really seriously, probably around middle school or whatever, I would carry my guitar everywhere I went, and that was back when I started kind of like partying a little bit, hanging out in big groups and, not doing stuff that we were supposed to be doing, sort of general debauchery, hiding out in the garage, smoky garage, and I would have my guitar. And people would,
Tomfoolery.
and at a certain point, people started being like,
Debauchery is like killing hookers and shit. That's debauchery.
No, that's the book written by L. Ron Hubbard. That's
just
not.
general debauchery.
Isn't debauchery like really extreme?
No.
But if you're doing it
can
right,
be.
Getting
if you're
up to what
doing
would
it
be
right,
considered a
yes.
not good.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm
Is
way too
debauchery.
heavy-handed.
Ne'er-do-wells
I thought that
perform
was-
debauchery.
Yeah.
Your debauchery.
but anyways, at a certain point, people started asking me, "Hey, can you play this song on guitar?" And I would just be like, "All right, yeah, bring it back to the beginning." And that would be my party trick. In around middle school, high school, people knew me for that. They'd be like, "Hey, he can learn pretty much any pop song on guitar," and that would be the thing that they would be like, "Oh, they'd be super stoked on it." And I would get this huge ego boost.
It was play monkey play.
Essentially, that was half of it, yeah. And then once I started doing music production on my own, it ended up being this explorative thing because I started, instead of just entertaining people, I was exploring music creatively in the same way that I would be exploring it as a listener. I would be diving into this song like a rabbit hole and trying to just find things, new things, exploring. And between those two things, I think that's why music is still a really important part of my life today, is because A, I get a big old ego boost from doing it, and C, it never disappoints me and I never get bored doing it because there's always something new to find.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Well, thank you very much for those answers.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about the killing hookers. I
you're
thought
fine.
debauchery was like an extreme thing.
No,
I
hey.
had no idea.
Hey,
can be
somebody
about
should look.
that.
If you're doing it
somebody should
right,
look
it
up
is.
the actual definition. Put it in the comments below.
Oh,
Using that
Yeah, there we
word,
go.
like, way wrong
right.
for a long time.
Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to some hypothetical questions. And for these ones that, sky's the limits, there are no wrong answers because they're all made up.
Oh,
But we're going a little long, so let's try to keep the answers shorter on these ones.
Gotcha.
Just so we can get through all of them and have fun. For the first one, if you could add an instrument into the band, which instrument would you add each? And we're going to omit keyboard.
Damn it.
Because that's the obvious answer. Like that is a legit.
That is.
Yeah.
Let's push the envelope a little bit and let's see what other instruments would you add.
Okay.
Xylophone.
Perfect. Great
Okay.
answer.
Baritone sax.
Ooh. Good choice.
Oh yeah.
A new
is
twist
not-
on an old classic.
Sort of a morphine type sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to just give a goofy answer. It's.
Who's giving goofy answers? These are all.
I'm not
serious.
saying you are.
The pressure's on.
Saxophone that would be fucking rad.
Baritone sax.
Very sax.
Yeah,
Specifically.
very, very specific.
sexy.
God willing.
God willing. Oh man.
I played cymbals.
Still plays.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You still do,
actively play cymbals.
I don't think that's changed, dude.
I play drums.
I think some more drums would be.
I mean, percussion is an allowed answer.
Yeah.
It's separate
yeah.
from drums.
Oh, you could be like Slipknot, where they just have a guy hitting a barrel.
yeah, that's
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
We saw a guy hit a microwave.
Oh yeah, we saw Gang of Four, and their singer just destroyed a microwave with a baseball bat on stage for 5
beautiful.
minutes. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then when it was done, he pulled out his mac and cheese and ate it on stage.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
convenient. Oh man, I always forget the name of this instrument, but it's like
Guitar.
no, I remember that one finally.
The drugs.
No, what? It's like the intro to Star Trek.
That's a song.
Oh,
You mean the
theremin.
theremin?
Theremin.
Intro
Theremin.
to Doctor Who is what you're thinking.
Yeah, no, that is also the original
Oh,
Star
did they do
Trek.
it for Star Trek?
In the original '60s Star
Oh.
Trek, yeah.
I wasn't alive then.
Yeah.
I wasn't alive then.
No, I mean I wasn't either.
That's the best one, though.
Yeah, no, the originals.
Yeah.
The best and the worst.
The best.
I like the animated series. Do you guys ever get into that?
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh,
best
it's
of
so
the worst.
fun.
Yeah.
It's so campy.
theremin. But
and,
you know,
like,
I think
silly.
the Upkeeps sound could be rounded out with a theremin.
Put it through like a pedal board, like a
Yeah.
really ridiculous
Yeah.
pedal board, all types
Much
of
delay,
synthesizer
pedal
pedals.
board.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Get like
Metal
server
zone.
towers for it. Yeah,
Oh, that'd be really fun.
yeah.
I myself
Oh, yeah.
have been wanting to replace my vocals with a dock sound with no legs.
Oh, we've been wanting to replace your vocals with another singer.
Oh,
Wait, didn't you say you were doing more lead vocal? Wait a second.
yeah.
Oh shit.
So this is a power trio.
But I was in the other room.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah, we
did-
wanted you to hear.
Actually, I want to change my answer.
Yeah.
I had this. Actually, I've had this idea for.
Y-
I
yes.
didn't really.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
I
say.
have like a good.
Yeah.
So this is something I wanted to do like a long time ago, and I never got around to doing it. But when I was like a kid, like the set that I used to have when I was really young, there was we had a bell. I had a bell, but it was like a school alarm bell,
Mhm.
you know, and it wasn't red. It was like I think it was like kind of gray, but
Mhm.
it's like the same kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But it would just have it. I just have it mounted on that, and it didn't sound particularly good. Didn't sound bad either, but it was just what it was just cool. And I think, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
Just
I
made
think
it
like
fun.
if I can get like a good like big like old school
Like the
50
Liberty
roll.
Bell, just.
no like,
That'd be
like
sick.
a boxing bell,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, or
Ding.
something. You know?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. It'd be like
You have like a hammer in your
Yeah,
stick
you have
bag
to have
for
a hammer.
that.
It doesn't work
Oh,
otherwise.
yeah.
Yeah.
We could make you a necklace with the hammer.
Oh, there we go. That'd be cool.
If I can add something too,
Yeah.
Ethan's in a really unique position in this. And well, yeah,
That too.
he's in a unique
unique.
position given this question though, because if you think about the drum set, that is a collection of individual instruments
Yeah.
put together. So really,
I play
you
a
could've
lot
said-
more instruments than you guys. But
I mean, on stage you sure do.
Yep.
I guess
At
so, yeah.
once.
I guess so.
I just thought that was the thought that I
Yeah.
had.
Yeah. No, those were all fun answers.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, and then for this next one, usually, like for bands, it's a little harder to ask the first part of the question, which is like if you could play a show with anybody in the world, because we're all going to have them. But what I want to know is who is a local act that you all are aware of that you think would be a good complementary band that you haven't played with yet that you would like to?
Ooh, that's a really good one. There's a lot of great bands in the Pacific Northwest right now.
Yeah, then it should be easy to pick one.
Spoon Benders. There's a
Ooh,
They
yep.
just moved to LA.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they just moved to LA, but they are from Portland. But yeah, Spoon Benders. They're they're a really good rock band. And then the Shivas.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd really like to play at the Shivas at some point.
I'm a little surprised y'all haven't, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Shivas, hit us up, please.
Hell yeah.
Anytime.
Everybody at them in the comments.
Yeah, at the Shivas.
I'm a Mean Jeans fan, and we've played with them
We
once
have played
in the
with
old
Mean Jeans.
band.
That was the status,
I was-
right?
Okay,
And
okay.
we're actually,
They're hilarious.
Well-
they're hilarious.
we're playing with them at Ripper, actually.
Oh, that's right.
So we're going to, but we haven't played with
True,
them yet.
true. Then
Yeah.
It's a hair split, but it counts. You haven't played the
and
show.
then
with
there's
Yeah.
Keddy's Resort. Is it Keddy's
Okay.
Resort?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been hearing about them. I listened to their stuff.
Yeah, they were here just a little while back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then, is it Mauve?
Oh, yeah. Mob's really good.
MAUVE. They're
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
they're getting
color.
traction.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mob's really good.
I stumbled upon them, listened to their stuff, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
So
Alright,
Mauve.
I think we
Keddy Resort.
skipped Ethan. You got any?
Yeah.
No,
All right.
sounds really selfish, but and I'm grateful to play with anyone we get to play with. But,
Yeah.
But I guess no one comes to mind.
Well, for me, I got a little bit of a hair splitter here because these three played with them at a house party.
Mhm.
I was not able to attend because at the time I was sick. I think I had like COVID or something, so I literally
You got
like,
hit with
couldn't
the
leave the
Rona.
house.
Yeah.
But this is these guys are really old friends of mine. I used to play with them in a band that I used to be in back in the day. They're called Flying Whammy.
Mhm.
And they're just generally, I really appreciate their energy. And they ride this really cool line musically between like kind of really hard grunge and super hooky pop punk.
Mhm.
And I've always loved that about them.
They're a great live band.
They're fantastic.
They're a really
I
good
highly
live
recommend
band.
you check them out if
We
you
played
haven't
with
yet.
them in a house at my house.
Yeah.
was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good.
But I wasn't there, so
Yeah.
one that I have
Sorry.
with this band.
Will you
No,
go
go
on?
for it.
You got
Yeah. There's a local act called Inconsiderate Pricks.
Mm.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm very
they're
fond of them.
ICP. That's
ICP.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, they
that's
go by
ICP.
ICP, but
That I won't say much about them, but they rock, and I hung out with them.
Good unit, good setup.
Starting
Yeah.
out, though.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
pretty
Yeah,
fresh.
they're babies, but
They'll get there.
I think we'd all have a good shindig.
sure thing. Yeah,
They kind of look like you guys a little bit.
Vaguely.
They have like
kind
this
of
really,
do, actually.
It's
Now that
like
you
kind
mention
of a
it.
bit that we have.
Yeah.
You kinda-
That's funny.
I tell the
I never thought about
all
that.
the time. I go, you look so much like Ethan.
It's so funny, dude. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Or
Anyway.
Isaac. Yeah, you look like.
They kind of do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
really
All right.
odd.
And then to round out the hypothetical questions,
Yeah.
if y'all could perform anywhere in the world,
The Sphere.
you know, it's
Sorry.
it's an option.
It
but you
is.
could perform anywhere in the world. You wouldn't have to worry about crowd access, building stability, power, none of that. Guaranteed best lineup, guaranteed best show. Everything will work. And it doesn't have to be a venue.
Mm-hmm.
Where would y'all want to perform?
I've been wanting to do the Albion rooms in Europe,
Oh, yeah.
but we've been talking about Australia.
Okay.
We have been tossing around the idea of Australia quite a bit.
Australia's a good place for American music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think, honestly, anywhere out of America is
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
place for
Well,
me.
Australia in particular, because especially because like their mentalities and like even their like humor
Oh, they're very fun.
is
Yeah.
they're like they resonate well with like all kinds of those kind, you know, like even like stand-up comedy does well over there.
Yeah.
If they're from America, where they won't do well in other places.
Sure,
But yeah, Australia is very understanding of American medias in general.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys go.
I would say suspended over the Grand Canyon on a wire in like you know those what do you call them? They're the little like boxes you can kind of like get into.
gondolas? Not gondolas.
Well, they have them here,
Yeah.
like the ones that go across
Oh,
the
cable car.
river or whatever. They
Yeah.
go down.
Cable car, yeah.
The cable cars. I want to do it in a cable car, but like way, way, way over capacity. Like everybody's asses to elbows, and it's extremely dangerous for everybody
like sinking.
The
involved.
show is in the cable car.
Inside
Yeah.
the cable, or it's
That'd be
in
cool.
two cable cars passing. We're in one, and then you got
Oh, we
about
gotta
50
time it.
people
We gotta-
piled
we
into
gotta
the
time
other.
it up with the other one
Yeah, we got to
passing
play
by.
super fast.
Our whole the Ramon style.
It's just, we are sad. We are very, very sad.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's
So
That's one of the
sad.
songs, anyways.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what? This is ideal conditions, right?
Yeah.
If it's ideal conditions, I really would like to play the Cavern Club in Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Choice.
Close second to suspended dangerously over the Grand Canyon.
Yes,
for
very
me.
close second.
Yeah, I support that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be cool to play the Cavern Club in like 61, 62, right in there. I feel like that'd be just feel like the energy there, because it's like if the Beatles were that good doing that there, like what bands did we miss?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we
That's-
could,
Hell yeah.
if we could go back in time and beat the Beatles.
yeah,
Beat the meal.
beat the Beatles. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. And then what about
I'd say CBGB. CBGB.
Ooh,
Hell
good
yeah.
choice. Very good
Hell
choice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Willing.
God willing.
We'd have to also go back in time for that one.
Yes.
Right.
Sadly.
Hey, just start a new one.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
A lot of legendary venues that aren't around anymore that I would love to play, like Max's Kansas City and
Yeah.
New York City, and but
Honestly, you know what'd be fun is those Top of the Pop shows.
oh, the Top of the Pops, yeah,
Yeah.
but without the lip syncing. Well, if we could do Top of the Pops,
Lip syncing.
if we could do Top of the Pops in the style of Nirvana,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
There was a couple bands who did that. I think the Buzzcocks did that.
Yeah, the Buzzcocks did that.
I will give
Chili Peppers
myself a
did that for
concussion.
the Super Bowl when they played the one time.
oh yeah.
They were super pissed off. They had to.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then like I think Flea came out and was playing his bass with a fish.
Dude.
That was like the
Oh,
last
yeah.
cool thing they did, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Well, that
in
and the
regards
socks
to
thing.
that.
That
The
was
sock thing
apparently a big
really
deal.
Cool. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
haven't heard that much about them doing crazy stuff like that.
Yeah.
In the past like few years.
Well,
That
I
was
mean,
the last
they
thing I
got older.
heard.
They got older.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean? Like,
fair.
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta tone it down in your older age.
Sure, pump the brakes.
Those
a
socks
little.
aren't
Yeah.
gonna hold on as much as
Smaller.
they used to.
Socks get smaller.
Smaller.
The years start coming and the socks get smaller.
Yep.
The hunches start and the socks get smaller.
All right,
hunch.
guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start wrapping this up.
Cool.
Let's talk about what's coming up. Let's say the first quarter of 2024. What can we look forward to in the new year?
A new single.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, 2 new singles.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We will also be working on an album, but
Yes.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
We don't have
year-wise.
we don't have the exact dates for when we're recording lined up. It'll probably be sometime in mid 2024 that we get that all going.
Well, we have definitely looking forward to that afterwards still.
Yes.
April 18th through 20th of 2024, we will be playing not all 3 days. I don't know exactly which day yet. They haven't told us which day yet, but you should go to all 3 of Rocky Mountain Ripper.
Okay.
And
Oh,
Denver, Colorado. We'll be playing a festival there.
Stacked.
If-
Absolutely
Yeah,
stacked.
it is a
We mentioned Mean Gene.
absolutely incredible
Oh, yeah.
bill.
Rambler.
The Dahmers are going to be
Dead
one of the
Boys.
headliners. Dead Boys are one of the headliners. If you like rock and roll, if you like punk, if you like soul, if you like mod rock, all that like 60s to 90s crossover stuff, you got to make it out. It's run by a band that we like to work with called Fast Eddie. If you haven't checked out Fast Eddie from Denver, absolutely killer rock band.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, they put on this fest every year, and we're very excited to go play that.
Well, that's awesome.
What we're doing, we got some shows coming up in Washington, or hopefully. We talked about that earlier. What
We got
else?
some award shows.
Yeah, we got some award shows, definitely.
More of
And
those golden microphones on the way.
yeah,
Mhm.
no.
This one was. What was this one? What was this award show?
The plastic tube.
The plastic tube.
Wow. Yeah. That.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
watch out when it
blue-
heats up.
The blue plastic tube award.
Yeah.
Awarded by the Blue Man Group, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah, that
There we
explains
go.
the plastic too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Award.
It's your newest instrument. You surprise. You get awarded your own Blue Man.
That's the instrument. That's the next instrument that we're adding to the band is a member of the Blue Man Group. That's the next instrument that gets added.
2024 Blue Man.
Yeah.
Look out.
Hell yeah.
The
All right,
Blue
guys,
Man
for the-
Upkeeps.
For the next one, go ahead and look straight at the camera and tell everybody how they can find you.
How you can find us. Just look around Portland.
Instagram. Trash cans in
Yes.
Portland.
Yeah, a lot of stickers on trash cans and toilets.
Dive
Bars
bars.
that sell $3 paps.
But if you would like to follow us on something a little bit more real, you can follow us on Instagram at the Upkeeps Official.
Facebook as well, but I think I don't know.
Instagram's the spot. And if you want to find our music, you can find it on Spotify or iTunes or
Spotify, yeah.
YouTube, pretty much any of the generalized
We,
like streaming
You can
platforms.
acquire music at that place.
We get
Ours is
quarters
there.
of pennies for Spotify. Let's go.
And last year we had literally dozens of streams, like really,
Dozens of pennies.
really up and coming.
Dozens.
Dozens.
Pennies.
If we did it for the money, we wouldn't be doing it. We're doing
Exactly.
it for
the
ourselves.
Doing it for the streams and
Doing
the
it for the-
pennies.
We're just doing it for the clout, really.
Anytime it streams pennies from heaven.
But yeah, if you do see our flyers or we're playing, you should come down because we like to play fast, meaningful. Like
All right.
That
And then any other plugs, any other shout outs, anybody else you'd like to put on while you're on here?
Mom, I love you.
yes, thank you, Mom.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks,
for,
Mom.
Arel.
changing my diaper.
I love you.
Dad. Hi.
Shout out to Murphy and Vesper, my cats.
Oh, yeah.
Call me back.
Wherever
Yeah.
you are, I don't know where you went.
I imagine he's watching
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Mikey
On the,
from San Jose, you stole me $500. I haven't forgot.
Oh, Mikey.
Oh, Mikey.
I want to say hi to Aaron's mom.
Hi,
Aaron's mom. Hell yeah. All right, now we've got one last question to go.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You're fine.
It's okay.
You're fine.
It's okay.
All right, now we've got one last question to go, but before we do, I'm going to steal the camera for just a second.
Do it.
As always, y'all, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. You know, I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. One more shout out to the Brothers Apothecary. Make sure to click the link below. The holiday times are not over. But with that being said, the final question. And this one is up to your interpretation. And we'll go ahead and start at this end for it.
Cool.
What is an album that that not everybody knows that you think everybody should know?
Ooh.
Don't take mine. I know you're going to.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to take yours. An album that...
So yeah, maybe a less known album, but like
less-
one that you wish everybody knew.
Like one I wish I could put on and everyone would be like, yo, you got to... Okay. This was my most streamed album of 2023, according to Spotify. You gotta put on the album. You Gotta Wear It or Let It Go by Solid State Radio. It
You
is...
took mine.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Told you we were going to.
Oh, well, fine then. But yeah, no, that's our friend Randy Michaels and his band. Solid State Radio.
Oh yeah.
He's been a great friend of the band. We've been very fortunate to play with him and work with him in a production standpoint a fefew times. Phenomenal musician, amazing songwriter. The album is just front to back incredible. If you like the Rubber Soul Revolver era of the Beatles,
yeah.
If you like English new wave music, if you like goth pop, it's got it all and it all works really well.
Perfect.
Yeah, You Gotta Wear It or Let It Go by Solid State Radio.
Oh yeah. All right, and then I saw you excited. I'm curious to know what yours is for sure.
This record changed my life. Stylistically, it's probably not going to be. We all have different tastes.
Yeah, that's all right.
This is the Killing Joke. They did Killing Joke. Everyone knows Killing Joke, but they have this one record, and it's not their most popular. Like it's just didn't sell very well. It's not. I don't think it's a fan favorite, but I think it's their best work. Is 1996 Democracy, and it's amazing.
Is that
it's
the
just
one with
an
the
amazing fucking?
Is that the one with the little like Mickey Mouse knockoff?
Yeah,
cover?
yeah. There's
It's,
a
like,
character.
super commentary.
It was late.
Yeah.
Too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Later
96.
on, 90?
96 as they've been around. And it's not old, it's not their gothier side. It's like it's them doing it's a form of metal,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, anyway, the message to that record is really pure and beautiful, and it's really really powerful.
Yeah.
And it's a unique record, and that thing I listen to it all the time. It's an amazing album. Yeah, it got me through shit. So yeah, Killing Joke kicks ass.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Well, I had a first answer, but it was
Diminished into the air.
it was grabbed from me,
Plucked.
But
Pilfered even.
So my second one would be there's this band called the Libertines. They're fairly big in Europe, but not as big as in America. But they have a third record that they did called Anthems of a Doomed Youth, and it's not there. People don't really know much about it compared to their first two, and I think there's beautiful songs on that.
By the way, that's a great title.
Yes, lyrically too. Great songwriters.
Oh yeah.
Well, I would say I just discovered Michael Hurley. He's credited with sort of being one of the pioneers of like outsider folk. I would say his first songs. It was recorded. I think it was recorded in his bedroom in like 1962 or 64.
That's
it was
cool.
like-
Nice.
it's bedroom folk.
Yeah.
And highly idiosyncratic. You're not going to hear anything else like it anywhere else, even through the rest of his discography. From what I've heard, it's all really, really good, but there's just something about that first record that captures this very intimate setting of just someone who taught themselves guitar, writing songs about blueberry wine, and,
As long as it's not natural wine.
Right. I'm going to pretend like I understood that joke.
Ah,
You don't want to know that joke.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's
sure,
okay.
sure.
Hell,
Anyways,
just
let
let
it be mine.
gloss over you.
Awesome. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to wrap this up.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you very much
This
for
was
having
great.
us.
Hell yeah.
This has been nice.
Thanks for the tea.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brothers Apothecary.
Hell yeah.
That's Aaron's mom.
Shout out to my mom.
And this has been another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jambox. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Cy.
And I'm Isaac.
And Aaron's mom is dead. That's the joke.
Oh, no. And y'all are.
We're the Upkeeps.
And we're signing off. Later, y'all.
This is not a podcast. This is a show.
Keep jamming.